What is up, ADG traders? This is Munya and welcome back to my channel. So today we are analyzing step index and we're going to see how it's going to perform for this coming week so that you can actually place some trades in line with this analysis. Alright, so if you're new around here, click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you're notified each and every time I post a video. And if you also want to join our trading community, you can join our Telegram channel. The link is down below, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Miratimamombe. Okay, guys. So let's take a look at step index, and you should also be able to learn how I do my price action analysis combined with BTMM. This is not my complete way of analyzing. Let me just maximize everything. This is not my complete way of doing an analysis, but this is the fastest way that I take, or rather the longest, because I'm going to start off from the monthly time frame and move down to the maybe 5-minute time frame or 15-minute time frame for the entry point. All right. So starting off from the monthly time frame, here's what I can notice. Again, I can see that we started off at this point, right? Pretty much at that point, and price moved all the way up to set a new high, which was that, and then price dropped all the way down to set up a new low, which was this one, and then price started to push to get some support from the market and started to push up to the previous starting point, which is basically around here, and then price then dropped again to the candlestick that we are at right now, which is here in January. So I'm not going to put the line on because this is not a closed candlestick. This is still running. It can either continue going down or it can stop. So I'm just going to delete this and see what we have right here. So this is our monthly time frame. This is basically what happened from 1 May 2019 up to January 2021, right? Okay, so let's go to our weekly time frame so that we get a little bit of depth of what has been happening and some key price levels. So as you can see, this is our highest price zone, right? And from this zone, we have another price zone that was created around here, right? And then from this one, we have our lowest price point. Sorry about that. And then also have the one from our starting point. So pretty much this and this are the same, but I don't want to combine them. You see the difference as we move on to lower time frames. These are actually two key levels which are different. As you can see here, price bounced here, went all the way up to bounce here again. So it means they're completely two different price levels, right? So this is our current market price, and this is how step index has been respecting or moving within our zones, something like this. Okay, so let's go to the daily time frame to complete our analysis. All right, so in the daily time frame, that's where we start. We now start to look for certain key components in price action, things like peak formations, retracements, candlestick rejections, trend lines, right? And as you can see, we have a clear support line at this point, right? Price touches here, 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 and here, and then lastly here, right? So this is a nice support trend line that we have in our daily time frame. And I also want to look for another one in our for the resistance. Let's hope I'll have another one. Okay. Okay, managed to have another one in our on our support, on our resistance, sorry. So once we do this, we now start to annotate where price has to reach in order to complete our our price action, right? In order to complete our price action. So we're obviously expecting this upward movement from this bottom trend line, right? And price can either choose to bounce back and continue in a downward trend, or we have a complete flag. The complete flag will be possible if price breaks this price point, this trend line, which is most likely going to happen. Price is most likely going to break this trend line and continue going up, so that we are left with this flag. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, let me highlight it properly. Okay, we have our pole right here, and this basic blue setup forms a flag, right? So what I'm saying is we're expecting price to break this trend line and still form an equal price movement of the pole, right? An equal impulse of price movement from the pole to complete uh, uh, the flag setup, right? You guys get it? I know this is deep into price action, so if you haven't heard of price action, this might be difficult for you to understand. Let's move on to maybe the 4-hour time frame. Maybe you can clearly see what I'm talking about. So that would be my setup. This would be my setup for step. I can actually now start to add more minor support and resistance zones um, in my on my current chart. Things like BTMM, my cycles. Those who know BTMM can actually see that this is a peak formation. Okay, let's look at it in the daily time frame so that you actually see it properly. This is a peak formation right here. What do you mean by peak formation? We mean high of the day or high of the month, or the highest price point in a particular period of time. As you can see from here to here, this was the highest point. These tiny dotted white lines are actually demarcations that demarcate the daily time frame, right? So from here to here, this was the highest point, which we call high of the day, which is also the peak formation, right? And if you move down here, you can see that this is now the lowest point for this period. This is the lowest point price is reached. Now going back to the 4-hour time frame, where you can actually clearly see all the levels. You can see that after this peak formation, we have another peak right here. And then price retraced, right? And then continued to go down. Going to another peak, which is this one. Price retraced, then continued to go down. To another peak, same thing, but this time we are now the cycle is complete. So we expect an M formation. That's why you see M formation here, a peak, double bottom. Here there's a double bottom, and as soon as the double bottom was formed, price started to push up. At the same time, the double bottom was formed whilst our trend lines on our flag were supporting this. So this buy movement is confirmed by double bottom 1, our trend lines 2, and then our flag 3, and then obviously the BTMM cycle, right? Can you guys actually understand this? So we're going to expect, obviously we're not going to expect price to move in a straight line like this. There obviously be retracements here and there. As usual, price moves in impulses and retracements, but that's the overall procedure we